From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Thursday, April 2nd, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. A house in Wright Township went up in flames around 2 o'clock this afternoon. When WYLN arrived on location, we found crews cleaning up. According to fire officials, everyone made it out safe from the home.
It was a room and contents. The first engine in had heavy smoke pushing out the eaves. They got in the front door, made a quick knockdown. Did a lot of heat and water damage inside.
The chief said 4 fire companies assisted them at the scene of the fire, and the Red Cross was called in to assist the family. No word if the family will be able to return to the home following the fire in Wright Township. Wilkes-Barre police arrested a man they allege shot and killed another man late Wednesday night. According to police, 25-year-old Delroy Tomer of Scott Street in Wilkes-Barre shot and killed Jason Kayleen Rowe at South and Meade Streets around 10 p.m. Kayleen Rowe was taken to Wilkes-Barre General Hospital and police were immediately notified. Police alleged that Tomer was outside of his vehicle getting 2 handguns that were underneath his passenger seat where Kayleen was sitting. When he handed Tomer one of the guns, it discharged around. Kayleen Rowe was shot in the hip and exited through his buttocks. Tonight, Tomer is behind bars at the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $100,000 bail on charges of aggravated assault, firearms not to be carried without a license, and tampering with evidence. It is not known if he will be charged with criminal homicide. A Montgomery District Attorney is reviewing a county grand jury presentment that recommends charges against Attorney General Kathleen Kane. If District Attorney Risa Furman files charges, the case will be reviewed before a magisterial district judge. A preliminary hearing would then be scheduled, and Kane will have a chance to challenge the case. Allegations against Kane stated that she lied to a grand jury during an investigation as to whether someone from her office gave information from a 2009 grand jury investigation to a Philadelphia newspaper. Kane may face charges of perjury, false swearing, official oppression, and obstruction of law. Furman will review the information presented by the grand jury and decide whether to file charges against Kane. The Wilkes-Barre woman who was involved in a plot with her husband to get a 15-year-old girl pregnant so she and her husband could adopt and raise the child will spend the next 15 to 30 years behind bars. 33-year-old Misty Mashinchak pled guilty to charges of rape, endangering the welfare of a child, and similar offenses back in January. Mashinchak and her husband, 29-year-old Gary Mashinchak, repeatedly raped a teenage girl so he could father the child. Luzerne County Judge David Lupus told Mashinchak that the victim in this case would likely suffer lifelong damage because of their actions. Misty must also register as a sex offender for the rest of her life and undergo sex offender treatment. Her husband Gary pled no contest to this charge of rape, aggravated assault, sexual assault, and related charges. Leo Glodzik, who has been free on bail pending his appeal, may soon face jail time. Glodzik was Wilkes-Barre's towing contractor from April of 2005 until May of 2013. He was accused of taking over $2,000 in bait money from a car during an FBI sting operation in January of 2013. He was sentenced to serve 3 to 12 months at the Luzerne County Prison. Glodzik appealed, stating that there wasn't sufficient evidence against him. A panel of State Superior Court judges dismissed his appeal on Wednesday. The court said that his attorney did not challenge the ruling. The decision may now compel Luzerne County Judge Lisa Gelb to issue an order to imprison Glodzik. Businesses in the Hazleton area will be closing up shop for a few hours for worship on Good Friday. WYLN stopped by 2 businesses who are taking part in the tradition and have been for many years. It's a tradition for local businesses to close for 3 hours each Good Friday for worship. WYLN stopped by Shadler Yesco in Hazleton. Shadler is a family-owned business that sells electrical, lighting, and data products in 19 locations for the past 90 years. Since its opening, Shadler will continue the tradition and close on Good Friday at noon.
We feel that it's important for our employees to spend time with their families over this holiday weekend. So in order to do that, we give them the afternoon of Friday off. And they could choose to use that with spend that with family, or they can attend services or do whatever they like to do. But we feel it's important to give them a little extra time to be with their families over the holiday weekend.
Tyrone's Market on Alter Street in Hazleton has been closing down on Good Friday since opening in 1941 from noon until 3 p.m.
We do it because it was tradition that through the Catholics and whatever other religions would do it to honor the death of Christ and to just honor him because he was our creator.
But with closing down for 3 hours, what does his customers think about it?
They're very surprised that we still do it, and they're happy that we do it because there's a lot of people that don't have time, whether they go to church from 12 to 3 or they stay home. They just don't have they don't care.
Tyrone says he likes to continue the good work that his father and uncle started 74 years ago. And with those traditions come the Easter traditions the market sells.
For Easter, we make kibasi, hot and regular. We have semi-dried sausage. We carry the stuff for the Easter pies, and legs of lamb and sausage.
Both businesses say they will continue the tradition of closing on Good Friday in the afternoon. More than 1,000 people walk throughout the streets of Hazleton on Good Friday. They come to recreate and remember the events that led to the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. WYLN's Gary Perna has the story.
It is a Good Friday tradition that draws a huge crowd through the streets of downtown Hazleton, as parishioners from Holy Annunciation Parish at St. Gabriel's Church recreate in person the Stations of the Cross. The Reverend Gregory Finn is the pastor at Holy Annunciation Parish. He tells us last year more than 1,000 people participated, and the event gets bigger and more realistic each year.
Good Friday is the day that traditionally Catholics and Christians all over the world gather to honor the passion death of our Lord Jesus Christ, and we celebrate it with all kinds of prayer and special devotions here in Hazleton, thanks to the representation of many people from Latin America and the Spanish-speaking countries. We have a very dramatic presentation by walking through the streets with a procession that reenacts the 14 Stations of the Cross so that everyone can join in and not only experience but literally relive the passion and death of the Lord.
The recreation procession has been around for the last 15 years, according to Father Finn. The procession stops at the 14 traditional stations throughout Hazleton and will be presented in English and Spanish so everyone can participate.
The idea is to truly make this as an inclusive experience as possible, spiritually open to everyone. Well, this is something that people have been working on for weeks now, probably since the beginning of Lent itself, coordinating, organizing, selecting the roles, fitting the costumes, practicing the lines, because each year, actually, we try to make it even more vivid and realistic, and especially something that can be seen and felt by the people who are there.
The procession begins at noon on the front steps of Holy Annunciation and lasts until 3 o'clock. After the procession, there will be a service at St. Gabriel's.
What it actually does, it starts right here, goes up around the block over to Laurel, up Laurel to Diamond, over Diamond a little bit, and then down Wyoming Street right back to the church.
The public is invited to join the procession at any point and come and go as they please. Again, the Good Friday procession will begin at the steps of Holy Annunciation Parish at St. Gabriel's Church at noon on Friday. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Time now for a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, another sunny day, but I hear there may be more rain in our area tomorrow. What can viewers expect over the next several hours?
Well, next several hours, things not looking bad across our area, but you're right, we do have some rain to talk about in our forecast. Here's a look at the traffic cameras over the past hour, animated through now, and well, you can see no problems out there on the highways. The snow in many locations that we had continues to melt across our region. That, of course, is some good news, and yeah, don't worry, you'll have to deal with darkness, but you're going to have to wait just a little while for that darkness to occur across our area. Just a little bit of a side joke if you didn't catch it. But anyway, here is some of the rain, actually some of the showers coming through our region now. We saw those increasing clouds and even a little bit of some severe weather. This is a severe thunderstorm watch box out toward the west, but boy, some mild air in place, and we're going to see that mild air across our area, and it continues. 59 in New Angola, in the 60s in Berwick, Bloomsburg, and Danville. Complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, people in Schuylkill County and surrounding counties are lining up outside a business in Shenandoah to purchase a staple food item for many this Easter season. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will be back with another look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News, Greater Hazelton's only local news broadcast, with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Kristen Bazinski, weather with Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Hey kids, I'm home.
Dad, it's cold in here.
Oh, it's not cold in here, it's warm in here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn this down because I gotta save money for tax preparation.
Honest Abe's, your tax partner, giving free advice year-round. 310 South Church Street in Hazelton. Call them at 570-861-8297. Don't stress, pay less.
Your home should be filled with the ingredients that most inspire you. And let relaxed sophistication fill the air and the walls around it. Find beautiful cabinetry finishes and details that capture your personal style. Craft-made. It becomes you.
Call, click, or visit your local Craft-Made dealer today.
Tujac Cycle and Power Sports is your power sports authority. Here you'll find a brand selection that can't be beat. From 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels, and on the water too. Plus, Tujac has the apparel and accessories to make you feel like a pro. So hold onto your seat and rev it up. At Tujac Cycle and Power Sports, Cole Street, Wilkes-Barre, your power sports authority.
Families all over the area are preparing their Easter baskets for a blessing in church this weekend. One item that goes in those baskets is kielbasa. A store in Schuylkill County has been very busy getting those orders out. WYLN's Gary Perna has more from Kovalonics in Shenandoah.
With the Easter holiday quickly approaching, hundreds are flocking to Kovalonics in Shenandoah to pick up their favorite kielbasa for their Easter baskets.
Yep, well, this is the place. It looks like everybody's going. We have the farmer cheese and breads and rye breads and kielbasa and ham and bacon and everything else that should go in the Easter basket.
Mark Kovalonic is the owner and said this week has been very, very busy.
This is one of the busier days of the year. It just so happened the weather is nice. Yesterday could have been busier, but we had a snowstorm. But we're going pretty smooth. We have everything, so we don't see any problems.
Kovalonic is never surprised to see out-of-state license plates in the parking lot.
There's people from Minnesota. I saw a license plate this morning in Wisconsin. And for generations, we had a lady in here, probably our oldest customer. She's in her mid-90s. This is our 104th Easter.
Dan Lombard and his wife now live in Jacksonville, Florida, and every year he and his wife make the trip to Kovalonics.
It's an awesome trip. We flew up from Jacksonville, Florida yesterday, staying with my in-laws, and then we come up here. It's tradition every year for Easter to get some fresh kielbasa, smoked kielbasa. But then as we keep coming up here, every year our list of orders gets longer from people from Florida and other friends that want it, so we always end up bringing it back to them.
Lombard said it is nice to see the tradition still alive here in Northeast PA.
It's nice, you see the tradition up here in the Pennsylvania area. I mean, you don't see this stuff in Florida. You don't have the fresh kielbasa markets. We don't even have fresh bakeries hardly. It's just nice, you meet. I talked to a few gentlemen here that I've never met before, and we just stood in line, had a nice conversation, and it's nice. It's really nice.
Kovalonic said they are always trying new things with their recipes.
We're always trying new things to come up. This year we come up with some Hawaiian kielbasa, which would mean pineapple in the kielbasa sticks. And we also we use Yuengling lager instead of water in one of our kielbasa. We call it kielbasa on tap. It's selling very well for us.
So what's Dan's favorite?
My favorite is still always the smoked kielbasa. I've had the fresh. I just bought 5 pounds of the cheese sticks. I have not tried The lunch meat that they make, the Krakowski, that stuff is really good. It's all really good. There's nothing ever bad here. It's all very, very delicious, very tasty, and I'm going to put all my winter weight back on going back after I leave next week.
Kovalonics is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturday from 8 until 4. You can give them a call at 570-462-1263. In Shenandoah, for WILN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, Eric DeVerdinis is in with sports here on WILN. Stay tuned.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Here at Classic Floor Covering, we take pride in all our works of art. Take a look at a few. Classic Floor Covering. Who do you trust for your floor covering needs?
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
Thinking of improving your home? Come to Kissinger's Floor and Wall, 101 West Front Street in Berwick, for all your decorating needs. Start with a floor. Kissinger's has all kinds of floor covering, from carpet to ceramic tile. Take the walls. Kissinger has a wide selection of Devo and Glidden paint and a large selection of wallpaper. And don't forget the windows. Kissinger has Hunter Douglas, Kirsch, Comfortex, and more. So for every inch of your home, shop Kissinger's Decorating Center.
Well, it is now overcast. We do have a little bit of some rain falling outside and dog barking in the background also. Well, let's get on to the map for the day, and you'll be able to see that we got this warm surge of some air that came into our area, something I think we all looked forward to. Definitely felt pretty nice out there, and the warmth is going to stay with us as we head into the daytime hours of tomorrow. Here's a look at our live 35 Skycast Doppler, and you can see for yourself there are some showers occurring throughout the state of Pennsylvania, and we're going to have to deal with some of those showers coming into our region. And again, we're not going to have to worry about any icy spots because obviously temperatures are very, very mild. 55 degrees, our live Lehigh tire conditions. Outside our station in Hazleton, pressure coming in at 29.99 inches of mercury. Boy, look at these temperatures. Pretty nice this time of year. 63 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 55 in Mount Pocono, 65 now in Philly, 66 in Harrisburg, 65 in Williamsport, 59 in State College. Up in the Wyoming Valley area from Nanticoke through Kingston, Pittston, and Lehman, temperatures holding in the 60s. A little bit of a wind out there from time to time, 10, 15 or so miles per hour. You see those showers coming into play across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Then we'll get a little bit of a break. Tomorrow, some more showers around and a little bit more of a break as well. And then as we go into tomorrow night and early Saturday morning, some more rain comes into our area, and then it's going to bring in some colder air. But until then, we stay on the mild side. Heading through tonight, tomorrow, 50. Some areas will be in the 60s. Not looking too bad. A little bit cooler heading into tomorrow night and Saturday morning. Temperatures in the 40s. So again, we got some of that rain, some showers for tomorrow. And then as we head into tomorrow night also, here's a look at the extended forecast. As we go into our Sunday for Easter, not looking too bad, but cool. 47, 55 for Monday, and a chance of some rain and some showers as we go into next week. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery number is the Pick 230, the Pick 3 382, and the Pick 4 2252. We'll have more for you coming up after this break.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area. we're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.
And there's no application fee when you visit here.
Penn State Hazleton.
Download your application fee waiver at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
It's Easter basket time for all your fresh meats and kielbasa. For your Easter basket, visit Flyer at Tyrone's Market. Happy Easter from Tyrone's Market. Tennyson's Incorporated Machine Shop in Hazleton and Whitehaven. They specialize in automotive, industrial, and small engine parts. If you want reliability and quality, go to Tennyson's. Call them at 570-455-7761 or in Whitehaven, 570-443-9513.
Hello, I'm Paul Esposito Jr. from Victoria's Candies. My family has been serving the Hazleton and surrounding area since 1934. Our secret family recipes and time-tested techniques of making fine candy have made Victoria's Candies your choice for nearly 4 generations. We specialize in Easter baskets and hollow-filled eggs, and we make our own chocolate molds, like the Easter Bunny, the Last Supper, the Cross, an iPod, a cell phone, or a guitar, just to name a few. Shop where the Easter Bunny shops, Victoria's Candies.
Holy Week traditions are taking place all over the WYLN viewing area. Our Julie Stefanovich has a story on a Holy Thursday celebration.
The Lenten season ends this evening, followed by a 3-day remembrance of the Last Supper, the Passion and Death of Jesus, and His resurrection. Churches throughout the area are holding masses tonight where the ceremonial washing the feet will take place. We spoke with Monsignor Arthur Kaschenbach of Holy Name of Jesus Parish in West Hazleton about the tradition.
We share in His priesthood. And then, after the supper, he did something very unusual. He took off his outer garments, knelt down on his knees, and did the work of a slave. He washed the feet of his 12 friends. And it amazed them that, why was he doing this? He's the host. He's the Lord and Master. And the teaching was that if the Lord and Master can humble himself to serve, that's what his followers must do. And that's what his priesthood is all about, serving the people of God.
12 people from the parish will be chosen to participate in tonight's service. The church is also preparing for its Good Friday and Easter weekend services.
Now tomorrow, as we remember the death of Christ and celebrate the Passion, we then use red, and the church remains almost like a tomb until Saturday evening, when we remove all the purple and return to the glorious celebratory color of white and gold.
Holy Name of Jesus Parish will be holding its evening service tonight at 7 p.m. The church is at 213 West Green Street in West Hazleton. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports here on WYLN, plus Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
The Helping Hand Society's annual telethon will be held Saturday, April 25th, live from the Laurel Mall in Hazleton and broadcast on WYLN TV 35. Enjoy local and regional entertainment all day Saturday from noon until 11 p.m. The Helping Hand Society telethon live from the Laurel Mall in Hazleton on WYLN TV 35. Visit the Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau website at tourinapa.com for the listings of the many events you will find in Luzerne County. From wine festivals, hill climbs, tomato and kielbasa festivals, you will find it all in Luzerne County. Luzerne County was named the best outdoors destination in Pennsylvania by the official Best in PA website. The Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau will help you relax, relive history, and marvel at the area's stunning natural beauty. Luzerne County, you'll find it right here in Northeast PA.
High school basketball all-state teams were released today, recognizing Pennsylvania's best. Several local athletes made the elusive list, highlighted by Holy Redeemer's Alexis Lewis. Lewis was named a first-teamer for AA. She appears on the All-State team for the second straight year after leading the Lady Royals to the state's Final Four in back-to-back seasons. The senior averaged 27 points on her way to becoming the Wyoming Valley Conference's all-time leading scorer. North Schuylkill's Tiffany Lepotsky earns AA third-team honors. The junior point guard scored 17 points a night and helped the Lady Spartans capture the Schuylkill League championship. For AAA girls, Crestwood's Maddie Ritzik on the second team, pouring in 24 points a game for the Lady Comets. Jim Thorpe's Kaylee Kovac, a third-teamer. Just one boys player from across the Wyoming Valley Conference and Schuylkill League made the list. That's Pottsville's Travis Blankenhorn, a AAA third-teamer. Blankenhorn was the leading scorer on a Crimson Tide team that won league and district championships. Yesterday, Matt Murray earned the AHL's Goaltender of the Month award for the second consecutive month, but it was Jeff Zatkoff between the pipes for the Penguins' crucial matchup against Hartford. Wilkes-Barre Scranton entered with a 2-point advantage on the Wolfpack with 2 points on the line. Hartford scores first, but an early opportunity for the Pens. Carter Rowney decides to pass despite the apparent opening. Teams fighting for playoff positioning and actually fighting as Alex Boak and Chad Naring drop the gloves. Second period, Penn still trail 1-0. It's Brian Dumoulin with a perfect setup as Jason Megna's deflection ties it up. That's a team-high 21 goals for Megna on the season. Later in the frame, a 5-on-3 advantage for Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Scott Wilson fires, Tom Kostopoulos tips the puck, and the Penguins have the lead. Third period, Dominic Uhair, his shot trickles in. He'd score one more and the Pens hang on. 4-3, the final, extending their fourth place lead to 4 points with 2 more home games set for this weekend. Wilkes-Barre Scranton's affiliate Wheeling also fighting to maintain playoff position last night against Elmira. The Nailers pepper the Jackals with shots all night, but this is the only one that finds the back of the net. Jared Burton scores on the rebound, but Elmira with a rare hockey buzzer beater. Matt Harlow evens it at the end of the first, and the Jackals go on to score 3 more for the 4-1 victory behind 56 saves from goalie Travis Fullerton. The Nailers still clinging to a 1-point lead in their playoff race. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbachik is in with a final look at the forecast.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Mark your calendar for Heritage Hills Senior Health Fair, Wednesday, April 15th at the Laurel Ball in Hazleton. The Senior Health Fair provides area seniors with important information on how to lead a healthier and happier way of life, as well as free health screenings. Hundreds of dollars worth of prizes and giveaways, and more. For more information, contact Lisa Marie at 570-427-4500. Heritage Hills Senior Health Fair, Wednesday, April 15th at the Laurel Ball in Hazleton.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
Well, we got those still mild temperatures, 60s and 50s out there. Also got some showers that have come into play across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. We're going to have to deal with a chance of some showers for tomorrow. And as we go into tomorrow night, a few leftover showers going into our Saturday. But it's going to be much cooler. And Sunday at this point in time for Easter, not looking too bad. About 47 degrees. And at this point, it should be dry.
Looks like a nice day for some Easter egg hunts on
yeah.
Easter. It's always fun. It's a
Get real
tradition.
competitive. I don't let my little cousins win.
I have an 8-year-old niece and a 4-year-old nephew, so we'll see how. My sister and I, it used to get ugly out there, you know, because some had money, some had candy, and
until the next year. Whoever gets the most.
Well, we always reminded who won last year. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. Cover your mouth.